Podcasting live with only a month more of social isolation. Which one of us will crack first? I think their name doesn't rhyme with icky, on, or eel. This is MJ and the boys, you lucky bastards.
Hello! I feel like that was a direct jab at me, since my name doesn't rhyme with any of those.
Just a speculation on my part.
I was trying to figure that out. So you think that MJ is going to crack before Sean or you or me?
We're all hermits. Of course she is.
Well, the thing is
I think the Vegas odds would say MJ by a mile.
Oh, I don't know. I think you guys forget I don't have any kids. I got plenty of weed, plenty of booze. I've been preparing for this since like the 90s. So, yeah.
So MJ, how are you holding up? You're doing well then?
Yeah, I'm doing fine. You know, we're still doing my morning show every day from here, and I go into Botany Bay twice a week and do curbside, so I'm not losing it completely.
How about you, Neil? How are you hanging? You're working?
Yes, I am. I'm in the. I'm still on regular schedule for me. I just go in at 4:30 in the morning. Nobody's on the roads, and even less nobody on the roads now. And it's an easy ride home at 9 o'clock in the morning.
So for people who don't know, you do morning traffic reports on 6 radio stations in Lexington, Kentucky. But because of all this, and Lexington's a pretty low traffic area anyway.
We have our moments.
Yeah, but this has been pretty light. I mean, what are your reports like? Traffic's moving smoothly this every day.
Well, there was a traffic accident like last Thursday. I think that was the only one, but
pretty much like all the traffic guys right now, their main job is like naming roads, like Pink Pigeon Parkway, New Circle. You know, like I feel like Jingle Bell Way. Like at this point, just come up with random ass names. You got nothing else, just naming roads with Neil Jackson.
Those are all roads in Lexington.
Sean, you host a sports talk show, but there are no sports. Yeah. What are you talking about on your radio?
We are currently just the only thing going on is the NFL draft in a few weeks. So we are kind of doing our own version of a Big Five every day. We'll come up with a list of topics each day. You know, today was sports movies. So that's what we talked about.
That's fun. Okay. So and you know it's working out for you guys. You're doing pretty good. I produce a horse racing broadcast. We did a horse race on Saturday. It was a complete disaster, but you know it worked. Whatever. It's paying the bills.
Yeah, and really that's as long as the bills are getting paid. I don't care what I do.
But you know we're talking about our day jobs. You know, but in real life we're all big music fans, right? We're all big music lovers. And I've been seeing this thing going on around Facebook that says, name 2 bands for me to choose from. Okay? And basically people are just like, okay, I'll give you 2 bands and then you pick them. You pick which band you like better or whatever. Okay? So I thought we could have some fun doing that, right?
Yeah.
So Sean, I want to start with you because you are a huge music lover. I think we all love music a lot. It's very important to all 4 of us, but you may be the most of all. All right? So I'm going to start you out with a tough one. Okay?
Okay.
Choose between Creed and Nickelback.
Ooh, God, why would you do that? What is happening?
I have to choose one?
You have to choose one.
Oh, God, you're killing me.
Because I would choose deafness.
Yeah.
Is that an option?
Not an option, no.
Never want to hear again.
Oh, God. Then, God.
Oh, Sean, I'm sorry, dude.
Oh, God. Creed, because there's a better chance that guy offs himself.
You chose Creed because there's a better chance that he offs himself?
Yes.
That's Scott Stapp, right? The Christian one?
Yes.
I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. Okay.
Well, he's already tried once.
All right.
I got one for you too, MJ.
Oh, good God.
Choose between Loretta Lynn and Dolly
Yeah.
Parton.
You son of a bitch. Holy fuck. God, man. I love, I love them equally, but fuck, man, I'm gonna have to go with my country girl, Loretta Lynn. I mean, she wrote Fifth City, which is like an anthem in my world. Don't come home drinking with loving on your mind. She was more angry than Dolly, so I kind of relate, I guess, a little more. Dolly's when I want to get cheered up, and Loretta's when I want to kick ass. So I hate you for that, but I'm going with Loretta.
Yeah, very good, very good.
Don't understand why you went with two really shitty bands for me. Gave her the choice between two of her favorites.
I was just trying to make the choices hard. It wasn't trying, because look, if I say Sean
versus anybody,
choose between the Kinks and the Clash, or the Kinks and the Who, no matter what I say, you're going to pick the Kinks, right?
Yeah, it's the Kinks. It's always
right.
the Kinks.
So I wanted to make it hard for you.
Sure, but you couldn't have gone with Clash and Replacements. That would have been hard.
Well, we can play the game throughout the show, and if anybody listening wants to play along, feel free to call in, or if anybody wants to instant message us any bands to choose from, we can do that too.
Let me give Neil one real quick.
Yeah, go for it.
Sam Cooke, Otis Redding.
Ooh. Sam Cooke, Otis Redding. While I love Sitting on the Dock of the Bay, Sam Cooke.
Change is gonna come.
Man, he was born by the river. Probably some of the most powerful lyrics of the 60s I think I've ever heard. And I dare somebody to say there's some more powerful lyrics than that song.
Fifth City came out in the, late, maybe early 70s. I'm just throwing that out there.
and Sticky, I'll go with two of your favorites.
All right, let's hear it.
Wham. Or the supergroup Band-Aid that released Do They Know It's Christmas?
Well, I got to pick Wham, obviously, because the supergroup Band-Aid is just a short-lived thing. Wham changed lives.
But you get all of those guys.
That's a good point.
But technically, they're a one-hit wonder.
No, Wham?
Band-Aid.
No, the Band-Aid.
Oh, yeah, Band-Aid. Right. So Neil's on my side. Yeah. No, you got to go Wham. Plus, I've always sort of identified with Andrew Ridgeley.
Sure, the other guy.
Yeah, I always kind of wished I was Andrew Ridgeley. Just hanging out in George Michael's shadow.
You kind of are Andrew Ridgeley. Yeah.
He did all right for himself. He married one of the chicks from Bananarama.
Oh, well.
Oh, okay. I got one.
It's like the two lesser Black Eyed Peas.
Apple Diap and the other guy?
The other guy. I got a good one for whoever wants to get it. The Go-Go's or the Bangles?
Go-Go's. It's easy.
Then I'm going with Bangles.
Go-Go's.
I got to go with Sean on this one. The Go-Go's. The Go-Go's are a punk rock band, just disguised as a girl bop band.
Bubblegum pop, yeah.
Yeah. I think.
MJ. Pearl Jam. Or STP.
Oh, man. Pearl Jam, they were my first love. Although I did kill Scott Weiland, I feel like he should get a little more credit, but still going to go with Pearl Jam, yeah. And their new album.
I go the other way. I go Stone Temple Pilots every day.
Hold on a sec. Have you heard the new record, MJ?
I've heard 3 of the songs off of it. I have not actually because honestly, I want to buy the physical record, and I can't right now. I guess I could have it shipped, but I'd rather go to CD Central when they open. So I'm waiting before I buy the vinyl. So I'm just listening to everything they've released online. Dance of the Clairvoyant, Super Blood Moon, the latest one they came out with. Every one I've heard has been just phenomenal.
I like to throw my 2 cents in on that, Sean, because if you'd asked me that question between, say, 1991 and 2005, I probably would have said Pearl Jam because they were my favorite band for the longest time. But I loved STP as well. I just loved Pearl Jam. But now looking back and listening back, I think Stone Temple Pilots was a better I think their songs were. I think they had better songs.
They have great songs. Their albums are fan-fucking-tastic. But I think what you did is what a lot of people did, and they just stopped listening to Pearl Jam. You probably didn't listen to any of their newer albums because they've got some fucking phenomenal songs. Like, yeah, are the albums like front to back like complete wins? No, but like that's a rarity anyway. But every album they've put out, and they put out like a billion. No, I'm gonna disagree on that. And I love Stone Temple Pilots. Scott Weiland, Stone Temple Pilots, not whatever fuck show they're doing now.
Yeah.
All right, Sean, let's do more Seattle bands. Alice in Chains or Soundgarden?
Oh, goddamn Soundgarden.
Oof.
Cornell.
No, I'm going Alice in Chains. On the strength of We Die Young.
Just on the strength of that one song?
Yeah, and the album Dirt.
Yeah.
It's depressing as fuck, and it's hard to listen to, but it's a great record.
Yeah, honestly, I'm shocked I didn't kill myself in high school from listening to that so much because it really was like one of the most depressing albums, but I loved it.
And it's a sing along. Everybody, you can do your Lane Staley voice and sing along. You can't sing along to Soundgarden; it hurts your throat too badly. But anybody can go.
I got another one. I think maybe Neil might want to give his opinion on this, but it's for everybody. Sly and the Family Stone or Parliament Funkadelic?
Parliament Funkadelic.
Oof.
Yeah, you got to go with Parliament Funkadelic.
I've got to go with Parliament, dude.
Bootsy Collins, George Clinton.
But Sly and the Family Stone.
Well, I do salute Sly and the Family Stone. They do jam. I take nothing away from them, but it's like an 85-piece band you're talking about, Parliament Funkadelic.
Yeah.
And didn't Sly and the Family Stone just play like the Juggalo Fest or whatever?
I think you're thinking of
maybe
of a different 70s.
It wasn't Earth, Wind, and Fire. We got to look that up. If anybody's listening and they know which 70s like funky band played the Juggalo Fest, please let me know.
All right, I got one more.
I think I got to go Sly and the Family Stone there.
Really?
There's a Riot going on. It's just a great fucking album. And Parliament didn't have that great fucking album. Had a lot of great songs.
Yeah.
But
that's interesting, yeah.
Well, they really couldn't get a lot of radio play because their songs are like 8-9 minutes long.
Yeah.
So that was more of an album party atmosphere for Parliament Funkadelic.
Yeah. All right, I got one more, and if you guys have any more, feel free to throw them out there. But I got one more, then we can move on to the next thing. And again, for anybody, 2 greatest bands of all time: Poison or Warrant.
Poison. All day and twice on Sundays.
Dude,
What?
Had cherry
No
pie, dude.
way. Uncle Tom's
Poison.
Cabin, baby.
Oh, Uncle
Unskinny
Tom's
Bop,
Cabin.
man.
Yeah,
Well, if you're going with just hairspray and makeup use, I'm going Poison.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
But if you're going hardcore rocking out, you're
Still going Poison.
God, man, that's a
Poison.
tough one. I don't know because I really, R.I.P. Whatever the lead singer of
Janie Lane.
J.D. Lane, yeah, but I don't know. I might have to go Poison because
Hey, you know what? It just reminded me. I met Janie Lane when I was, I think I was 17 years old, and they played Poison and Warren actually played a show together at Rupp Arena in Lexington. And after the show was over, some guy who I barely knew came up to me and said, "Hey, man, I heard a rumor that the guys from Warrant were going to be hanging out at this bar called the Brass Ass Saloon." You guys remember the Brass A?
No.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, it was over where it was on Richmond Road where the Burlington Coat Factory is. Anyway,
Damn.
they say Poison and Warren. The guys from Warren are going to be at the Brass Ass Saloon. Let's go over there and see if we can meet them. And we were only 17. We weren't old enough to get in, but we drove over there and we hung outside. And sure as shit, there's the guys from Warren. And Janie Lane came out, and he was being real cool to everybody. And he told us all to stay in school.
Oh my God.
And the guy I was with, his name was Chad, I think, and he had a towel a sweaty white towel that Janie Lane had thrown out into the audience, and he had caught it. And he asked him to autograph the towel for him. So Janie Lane wrote, to Steve, rock on, Janie Lane. And he gave it back. And my friend was like, oh, thanks. And Janie Lane was, what's wrong? What's wrong? He's like, well, my name's not Steve. It's Chad. And he took the towel back and he wrote, fuck Steve.
Nice.
And then he wrote
Good
Chad and gave it back to him.
Good
So he was
say.
cool. Janie Lane was pretty cool. And by the way, I was joking when I say they're the greatest bands of all time.
Yeah, no. Well, I'm not sure you are, honestly. I'm not sure you are.
So, guys, we were talking about, obviously we're all doing this alone together, hashtag alone together. We're in 4 different locations, which we usually do the show all over at Mary Jane's house, and we're all in self-quarantine like responsible people that we are. Although we mentioned that we're working, I think we're all taking the appropriate steps. But, it's hard to pass the time. When you're in self-quarantine, it's kind of boring. Today, my neighbor came over and gave me a bag of bat poop.
Oh,
Why?
No,
What?
I'm sorry,
Who
not
does
bat
that?
poop. I'm not bat poop. Owl poop.
even better.
Okay, that makes it better.
Yes, because there wouldn't be any diseases in that.
Yeah, and she gave me a bag of owl poop
Well,
and
you
some
don't
rubber
know
gloves.
that he collects various poops.
I don't collect poop. I have a aversion to poop, as a matter of fact. But she did, and she said it was for my kid. She said there's like some dissecting. She said there's some tools in the bag to dissect the poop, and you can go through and find little bones of animals that the owl ate.
Fun for
Okay,
everybody.
that's kind of neat, I guess, but weird.
But yeah, it was kind of surprising and random. Yeah, because I don't even really know this lady. But okay, so I got some owl poop, so that's cool. That's one thing we could do. But we were all talking about it, about, like if we were here in isolation, who do you wish, like in a fantasy world, that you could be in isolation with? So we were going to do our big 5 fictional TV families you wish you could self-quarantine.
The MJ and the boys Big 5.
All
Does
right.
anybody have a list? Who wants to go first?
I mean, I have a list.
Yeah, you start, Sean.
All right. So I am a big fan of Gomez and Morticia. So number 5 for me is going to be
knew
the
it.
Addams Family.
Yeah.
Number 4, the Weasley family from Harry Potter.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
I would love to be, you're hanging out with some wizards. They're a very loving clan. I love me some Weasley. And then the rest of mine are found families, chosen families, if you will, where they're not blood related, but it is the people that they have chosen to live their lives with.
Okay,
So
that's fair.
the group from Parks and Recreation. That seems like it would be a great time. And then the last 2 are kind of very similar. Killjoys, it's a sci-fi show on Sci-Fi Channel. And they are kind of space bounty hunters, for lack of a better phrase. But they are a very close-knit group. They take care of each other. They love each other. They rescue each other. And then the same deal also with the crew of the Serenity on the show Firefly.
Okay, now I got to go back, though, to your number 3, the Parks and Rec crew.
Yes.
Because if they're in self-isolation, they're not all together, right? Fictionally, they're isolating.
I think they would be. No, I think they would isolate in the office.
Oh, you think that? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's
I think
because
they would choose to be together.
Okay.
Viruses don't spread on TV.
That's right. And then I'm going to give an honorable mention to various superhero teams, such as the Legends of Tomorrow and the Guardians of the Galaxy and those guys who all live together on their little spaceship.
Oh, yeah, that would be fun to live on the Guardians of the Galaxy spaceship.
Man, I'm trying to imagine the smell.
It'd have a nice cedar scent. Groot smells delicious.
Drax alone.
He smells good.
I'm surprised they haven't brought that up in the Guardians of the Galaxy about the smell.
And think about Groot. He has to, there's something coming out of that tree.
He sheds leaves everywhere and sap.
I'm guessing he smells delicious, like fine cedar.
Oh, yeah. You think? Yeah, I bet. I wonder what Groot does smell like. He keeps moths away. I have a list of TV families. I went all television on mine.
Okay. Oh, well, mine ended up, my final list, except for the Weasleys, was all TV as well.
Yeah. My honorable mention includes the Tanners. Sean, do you have the Tanners?
Christ, is that from Family
Full
Matters?
House.
Full House, the other one.
No, that's not the Tanners I was talking about.
Are you talking
Oh,
Eight is
hell
Enough?
no.
Are you
Hell
talking
no.
Eight is Enough?
No?
Oh, you're talking Alf. Never mind.
Alf.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're
for
talking
hell's
Alf.
sake.
Yeah. I could shack up in Lynn's bedroom.
No one thinks of them as the Tanners. Everyone associates the Tanners with Full House. Come on.
Okay, my bad. I went with the Tanners from
You'd
Alf.
end up staying in the room with little Wesley or whatever the fuck his name was.
Okay, number
Dennis
5 for
or
me.
Whatever.
And
My
you
number
would've
5.
stabbed Alf after some point.
That's why he's just on my honorable mention. I don't think I could get along with Alf. I think that he would really rub me the wrong way eventually.
He leans way more Gilligan than he does anything else. Dude.
Yeah. Speaking of Gilligan, number 5, the crew from Gilligan's Island.
I have a good idea what your number 1 is.
I put, I'm an open book, Sean. I put Gilligan's Island at number 5 because, one, they really know how to self-quarantine. I mean, they can really make do.
That's true.
All they got is coconut, and they're watching TV and listening to the radio.
There are always people coming to their fucking island.
Yeah.
The Harlem Globetrotters came to their island, man.
Not only that, though, and I know that the girl-guy ratio is a little skewed the wrong way for me, but I think that if I join that crew, I'm not trying to be, egotistical or whatever, but I think I'd be maybe second in line there. So that'd be right in Marianne territory for me.
Second in line behind who?
The professor. The sexy, sexy professor.
Dude, you don't think the skipper's ahead of you?
No.
Come on.
No.
No.
I mean, you'd be in a foot race with Gilligan.
It hurts my feelings that you think the skipper is hotter than me, but that's fine.
Dude, he's a captain. You're not a captain.
Number 4 for me would be I would like to live in the house with the girls from Charmed. 3 sexy lesbian witches. Mm-hmm. Number 3, the Bluths from Arrested Development.
Jesus Christ, why would you want to live with those guys?
Well, I think it'd be entertaining, and they got a big house.
Well, yeah, they do.
Number 2,
and there's always money in the banana stand.
There's always money in the banana stand. The Addams family's house. Addams family. That house would be endlessly entertaining for quarantine, wouldn't it?
Yes.
And number 1,
there's a giant vault of gold underneath of it. So.
Yeah. And you've got Thing to run your errands for you and everything else.
Sure.
But the number 1 and really
for you.
If Thing masturbated you, then technically would it be masturbation?
Well,
no, you guys are dating, or it's a one night.
It's just a hand job. Yeah, it's just a hand job. You're getting a hand job from a hand.
Poor Thing. That's all he can do is give hand jobs. Number 1, and yes, Sean, I'm sure you've predicted it, but really, it's the obvious choice, and it should be everybody's choice. I would want to self-quarantine with the Golden Girls.
Oh, yeah.
Because, I mean, 1, they keep that house super clean. They're always cooking. You got the Sophia making the spaghetti dinners. You got, they've always got cheesecake on hand. You got Blanche for when you're lonely. It's a perfect situation, really. Big house in Miami. Why wouldn't you want to self-quarantine with them? If there wasn't even a pandemic, I would self-quarantine with them. No taxes, no income tax.
All right. Valid.
Yeah, well, you do what you do, man.
Thank you.
And if what you do is Rue McClanahan, good on you.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Blanche.
Well, yes.
Oh, my God.
Okay. MJ.
All right. So, let's see. I've got a few honorable mentions here. I went with Silver Spoon's family because he's got a train that goes around the living room.
Yeah, I thought about that too.
Yeah, like, what the fuck? I'm totally going to be there. Then the little robot family. I mean, that guy's creative. Like, we wouldn't need anything. He built a little girl robot. Like, I'm living with that family during a quarantine. And then the Smurfs, because I mean that seems like it'd be pretty cool. I know they're a cartoon. That's where my honorable mentions. But like, I'd like to live in a mushroom.
Yeah, plus there wouldn't be any competition with just Smurfette there.
Yeah, kick Smurf's ass.
Hey, MJ, choose between handy or hefty.
Hefty. Handy. No, I take it back. Handy. I want him to fix that for me. He needs to fix that.
Yeah. And they don't call him Handy just because he fixes stuff.
Hey, and he rocks that little pencil behind his ear so well. So let's be real. All right, so that brings me to my top 5. Number 5. Now, these people would technically, I guess, be the worst when it comes to your health to quarantine with, but obviously the most fun you would have. The Gallaghers from Shameless.
I haven't seen that. So.
Oh my God, they're a hot mess, and it seems like it would be awesome. Number 4, I with Sean, like his Parks and Rec. I feel like the crew from WKRP would just stay in the radio station and make the best of it, and I want to be part of that. That sounds like a blast. So, crew from WKRP, so I could finally do Dr.
Yeah, but then you'd be stuck with Herb for a month.
I've been stuck with Herb salespeople my entire career.
You wouldn't end up with Johnny Fever. You'd end up with Herb.
I would not. You watch your mouth. I'm not doing Herb. God. All right.
Because, I mean, Johnny Fever's got Bailey. Andy's got Jennifer. That leaves Herb and Les or Mr. Carlson for you.
No, Venus.
I guess Venus. Yeah, I guess Venus.
Yeah, oh my God. Yeah, Venus. After that, we've got the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I mean, hello.
I thought about that too. Like a big house. Yeah.
Big, huge house. And tennis courts.
And you got Jeffrey.
You got everything. Yeah, you got butlers. I mean, yeah.
That's a good one. Jeffrey would take care of you.
He would. Number 2, the Jeffersons, for the same reason. Lots of money and a high rise. And I get to live next door to Lenny Kravitz's mom. Boom.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I'm there.
His name was Lamont, not Lenny Kravitz.
That was, oh God. Anyway, number 1, I would live with the Goldbergs. I love the Goldbergs. And I feel like the smother mom would totally take care of me, whether I was 40 or not.
All right. Goldbergs. Neil, who would you like to be self-quarantined with?
Well, I'm starting out logically. I'd want the crew from MASH.
Okay.
Nice. You got doctors.
Yes. The original group of Cheers.
Okay.
Talking about Coach.
Right. Coach and
Sam, Diane. Yeah.
Coach and Diane.
Norm. You could live in the bar, and that would be awesome.
Oh,
damn it. That should have been on my list. I messed up there. Good job, Neil. Damn it.
Well, you took my Fresh Prince.
Jeffrey's mine, baby. I want those tennis courts.
Either mom will do.
No, the first Viv is way better.
No, you got to go original Viv.
Original Viv, all the way.
I like them both. I'd like to live in Sparta, Mississippi, with the in the heat of the night.
Oh my
Christ!
God!
Why?
What the fuck?
Sparta's got it going on, man.
Oh Jesus! Neil's quarantine is way different than mine.
That's not even a family.
I'm not sure.
If I was gonna be isolated in a town, it would be Sparta, Mississippi.
Okay.
Wow,
and 30 Rock is my number 1.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
'Cause I love Tina Fey.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah. We need to revisit this in the heat of the night. No. Sparta, Mississippi. What about Sparta, Mississippi makes you want to self-isolate there with those guys? Is it Bubba?
Sparta's the hub of a whole lot of stuff, man.
Is it Chief Gillespie?
Going on. No. Well, see, I feel protected by Chief Gillespie.
Sure, but everybody else outside of Bubba and Chief Gillespie are horribly racist.
I wouldn't want to go to
good.
Sparta, Mississippi in the best of times.
Well, I'd hang with Virgil.
Oh, God. Okay. They call him Mr. Tibbs, man. Don't you know that?
Yeah. Well, see, if it was Sidney Poitier playing Virgil, I'd call him Mr. Tibbs. But
okay. The other guy, he doesn't deserve that. I got you.
The other guy was just a little bit kind of on the Terrence Howard whiny side, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh man, I forgot the Happy Days family. I'd love to live with the Cunninghams.
Oh,
Sorry, I don't know if that just came out of nowhere. I just realized I messed up that on the list.
So I I don't have a pen. Did anybody keep track? Do we have?
I only got
mask?
I only got 4 from Neil, so either he only did 4 or I missed one. I'm not sure.
Do you have another one, Neil?
I only did 4.
Neil?
Okay. Yeah,
But
gotcha.
he said I stole his Fresh Prince, so I think Fresh Prince could be on the list.
Okay, Fresh Prince for sure. Fresh Prince should be on the list, on the master list.
Adam's Family on the list.
Yeah,
'Cause 2 of us said that.
And obviously, the Golden Girls have to make the list.
Yeah,
Well,
I think
we'll give you that one because you'll self isolate to death if you don't have the Golden Girls.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sean.
And
Cheers.
one has to be able to cook well.
I think we had Cheers was a popular choice.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Yeah. Be down with Cheers.
Me one more.
One of the spaceship people.
Well, then just Battlestar Galactica.
Firefly, Killjoys, the Guardians, Battlestar. That's fine. I'll go with Battlestar. Killjoys would be my recommendation. But
Put Battlestar at number 5.
I could go with the Serenity Crew too. They're pretty cool.
MJ, you keeping track of this?
No, Sean is. He's got the pen.
All right, so we got Battlestar. We got the Golden Girls, not the Golden Palace, but the Golden Girls. We've got the Fresh Prince.
Okay.
We've got the bar at Cheers.
Yes.
And the Addams Family.
Number 1. Okay. Big 5. There you go, people.
MJ and the boys, Big 5.
All right.
All right.
Sean, I have some exciting nerd news just for you.
Okay.
And you probably already know because you follow things that you love. But in case you don't know, here it is.
Hit us with the theme tune, Neil.
Everybody's nerdy about something. If
Something.
Not, you're probably a douche, nerd stuff.
Douche stuff.
Who's doing their dishes? Okay. Mad Max director George Miller has met with Anna Taylor-Joy for his prequel spinoff, Furiosa. He plans on starting to shoot the project in 2021.
If ever there was a character that needed her own movie, that's it. I want to know what went on in Furiosa's life before she joined up with Max.
Yeah. How she lost that arm. How she wound up with the
Emerton Joe.
Yeah.
Emerton Joe.
Did you know anything? Have you heard of this?
I did. I read that. I don't know who that girl is.
Okay, I will tell you who she is. She was the girl in the movie Split. And she was also if you watch the trailer for the New Mutants movie, she's the one who said, "I killed 15 men, one at a time." You know what I'm talking about?
Is she from Liverpool?
No, what? I killed 15 men.
Oh, she's from Transylvania.
She's from Transylvania, yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
So she's cool.
Her mom's name is Natasha.
I don't know. I think she's English in real life, but she's an up and coming actress. She's young, and physically, she sort of bears some resemblance to Furiosa. So she seems like she's a pretty good choice for the role. And really, you want a lesser known actress to do that, right? Am I right? Or not right? Anybody there?
Yeah. Was she cast to play Furiosa, or was she cast just to be in the movie and Charlize Theron is going to play Furiosa?
Well, it's a prequel. So my guess is that she's going to play the young Furiosa. Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't sure about that because honestly, I think Charlize Theron deserves another run as that character, and maybe she'll get one. But I'm down with anything George Miller does in that world, though.
The way I read the story was that she was going to be Furiosa, but obviously I'm not privy to any inside information. But I think that she's playing young. If she takes the role, if she gets the role, she'll be the young Furiosa. Which I'm assuming if it's an origin story, then the whole movie's going to be centered around her. And maybe Charlize Theron shows up in it, like at the end or in the middle or whatever. But or maybe it's a flashback type of movie. Charlize Theron's in some of it. I don't know.
Right. Well, I mean, like I said, George Miller can do no wrong as far as I'm concerned in that world. Even Thunderdome is great.
Anybody else got any nerd news?
No.
Dude, honestly, there's not
Anybody
much happening right
talking
now.
about Tiger King.
Everybody's
Yes.
talking about Tiger King.
I'm not talking about Tiger King.
Why?
have
Did
not
you
seen
hate
it.
it?
I haven't watched it.
I
haven't watched it either.
But I will say it's got everything. I saw a meme that summed it up perfectly. It's got lion, tigers, a gay throuple, a one-armed lesbian, expired Walmart meat pizza, murder. Like, it's amazing, dude. Like, no matter what you like, it's in there somewhere. A really bad eyebrow ring that's clinging for life. I mean, there's just so much going on. It's great. I highly recommend it, especially since you're stuck home anyway.
It's a docu-series, right? It's
Yes.
not fictional. It's actual.
Yes. And you know what? When I first started watching it, you guys, I was like, I remember this guy. Why do I know this guy before the documentary, right? Like, and then as it went on, he ran for president in Florida. And I remember his ad campaigns. It went viral where he was like, I'm broke. I do drugs. I've had a couple charges. You know, like that was his whole platform. It was like, I'm Joe Exotic and I'm running for president. And it hit me. It took me probably, I was 3 episodes in before I was like, oh my God, I remember when this guy went viral the first time, you know, however many years ago. So no, it's definitely a docu-series. They followed him for 5 years, I think, and then released it. So it's definitely worth your time. Now it's absolutely like, don't let Violet anywhere near it. Good God.
Okay.
But for you and Anna Lee, like, it's hilarious.
Really? I've got to admit, I am curious about it because you told us about it last week, and I was, I trust your opinion somewhat. Yeah. And I said, okay, yeah, might check that out. But ever since I heard you say it on this show last week, the internet is nothing but Tiger King, Tiger King, Tiger King. Facebook, social media, even news sites, that's all I'm seeing everywhere.
Yeah, they're doing reports on now. So, well, I won't go. I don't want to spoil it. Not that you could really spoil it. There's so many like moving cogs. Like you could know the whole story. It's not going to be ruined for you. But now it's picking up steam because it's gotten so much attention that they're trying to now get someone released from prison that was involved in the movie.
Oh,
and so it's actually like Cardi B, who I don't give a fuck about, but she is actually like starting a whole campaign, like a Kardashian campaign, to get this particular person released. So it's. Again, it's okay. Do you remember the Wild Wonderful Whites of West Virginia?
Yeah.
Okay, add tigers and a bunch of like, gay throuple and Walmart meat, and stick it somewhere between Oklahoma. Like you got half of it in Oklahoma and half of it's in Florida. It's damn amazing, y'all. You just need
gay
throuple. And one has no teeth. Basically, he seduces them with meth. He's like, what's up? I got meth. And they're like, you got meth and tigers? I wasn't gay. I am now.
Okay.
You got to watch it. It makes no sense. You guys are like, oh, my God, she's high as hell. But then you watch it and go, oh, shit, she is high as hell, but that was true.
All right. I got a couple more things, just a couple quick things. Ron Perlman. I'm sorry, not Ron Perlman. David Harbour, who played Hellboy in the new Hellboy reboot movie that came out last year, came out and said why he thinks the Hellboy reboot was a bomb. He said, Guillermo del Toro and Ron Perlman created this iconic thing that we thought we could be reinvented in every way. And then certainly the loudness of the internet was like, we do not want you to do this. And then we made a movie I think is fun, and I think it had its problems, but it was a fun movie, and people were just very against it, and that's people's right. But I learned a lesson in a lot of different ways. Now, I watched Hellboy for the first time ever just a couple days ago, which is really interesting. This story came out the day after I watched the movie.
Wait, you hadn't seen the original Hellboy?
No, I'd seen the two Hellboy movies, the Ron Perlman.
Oh, you watched the new one just a couple of days ago.
I watched the new one just a couple of days ago. And then this story came out, and I was like, oh, that's a coincidence. And he's talking about, basically the people never gave him a chance because they loved that old series so much that no matter what this new Hellboy was going to be, was never going to be successful because people just didn't want to see it. Well, I have to disagree with him. I think the reason that the new Hellboy movie didn't do well is because it was awful.
Oh my God.
Start to finish. It was just a shitty movie. I don't recommend you watch it. I give it a finally found the love of a lifetime.
Wow.
If you're bored and you're isolating and you see it's on HBO or wherever it's on, don't waste your time. It is awful.
I don't think it'll be on HBO. I've seen a portion of it because from what I saw, I couldn't watch anymore.
I wanted to like it, Neil. I tried so hard to like it because I love David Harbour and it looks really cool. He looks like Hellboy, but it was just bad. It was so bad.
Well, they tried to retell the story and recast certain characters, and it was like a mashup of what a movie was going to be.
Yeah, and beyond that, it was juvenile. That was the most. It was like my wife looked at me and said, "Did a 12-year-old write this?" It was just so dumb. But and it was gory. If you like gore, I guess I know that Carrie's listening. And, oh, look, Carrie wrote she couldn't even finish it. I was going to say she might like it because she loves gore, and it is very, very gory. But she said she couldn't even finish it.
That's a lot coming from Carrie.
Yeah, because she does love the gore. All right, last thing I've got. Hasbro has released every single episode of the...
Oh, so he played Love the Lifetime.
Thank you, Sean.
Good job,
Like,
Sean.
what was that? Hasbro has released every single episode of the original G.I. Joe animated series on YouTube.
Yes, they have.
So if you're stuck in self-isolation, you need something to do, pull up the old YouTube and you've got, 100 episodes of G.I. Joe to watch.
Even better, just go watch the revoiced PSAs that used to run at the end of
Oh, yeah, those are good.
G.I. Joe.
Good.
I forgot who did it, but yeah, somebody did a different voiceover over the PSAs, and they were great. Much better than the cartoon itself.
God, I haven't.
Hey, man, that cartoon was a classic. Are you kidding me? Snake Eyes, Roadblock.
It was
Shipwreck.
fine. It sold a lot of toys.
Because it was awesome.
Shipwreck.
I read the comic book series from episode 1 through like 500. And if you've read that, if you read the comic books, the cartoon was just...
but it was for kids.
It was like a DC movie.
Are you guys saying, am I the only one that likes that old G.I. Joe cartoon? It was awesome.
No, I'm not saying that. I watched every episode, and I was a big fan of Destro and Serpentor, but Shipwreck is a very bad character.
Okay, here I got one for you. G.I. Joe or Thundercats?
Oh, I'm keeping Thundercats.
Oh, Thundercats all day.
100,000%.
Have you seen the new Thundercats show, Thundercats Roar?
Have not.
Your head would explode if you love the Thundercats. They have they made it look like a Nickelodeon show.
Uh-huh.
Like real goofy looking, and it's a straight up comedy now. The way Teen Titans Go is for kids, it's Thundercats Roar. In fact, there's an episode of Thundercats Roar that crosses over with Teen Titans Go, and the internet's losing its mind about it.
That sounds terrible.
It's just not for us.
Yeah.
It's not for us.
The better question would be G.I. Joe or the Transformers, because those are about equal. And I'm going Transformers.
Transformers. What do you think?
Well, their toys were more fun.
Yeah, that's true.
I was totally Transformers until they went from Optimus Prime to whoever the new Prime was. And then
Rodimus.
Optimus Prime. Yeah.
Yeah, Hot Rod sucked.
They put out a movie in the theaters in the 80s, a cartoon movie, and they killed all the best Transformers. They killed them. Like, little kids are going to the movie in 1986, and there's Optimus Prime getting murdered on screen in the opening 10 minutes.
Yeah, they brought him back, but...
No, he never came back.
He came back on the show.
He did.
Like,
Yeah.
Like in the movie, didn't they do something awful to Bumblebee? I feel like I cried over Bumblebee during the by new, I mean 10 year ago Transformers or whatever.
Oh, in the new Transformers.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen any of those
Probably
movies.
cried because he was a Camaro instead of a Volkswagen Beetle.
I doubt it, but maybe that was what it was.
The only one I've seen of those all the way through is the one called Bumblebee, and it's actually pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Hmm.
All right. So that's all the nerd stuff. Anybody got any nerd stuff?
Shit, I did have, but now I've lost it.
All right.
What
Well,
was
we can
it?
move on
Let's roll
to
on.
dad jokes
Okay.
because I got a good one.
Dad jokes. Dad jokes. They don't surprise you normal folks.
Okay.
All right.
This is from my dad sent me last week. I told you he sent me 6 jokes about having affairs on your spouse.
Yes.
Okay.
Sure.
All right. So here's joke number 4. A woman was in bed with her lover when she heard her husband open the front door. Hurry, she said. Stand in the corner. She rubbed baby oil all over him, then dusted him with talcum powder.
Okay.
Don't move until I tell you, she said. Pretend you're a statue. What's this? The husband inquired as he entered the room. Oh, it's a statue, she replied. The Smiths bought one, and I liked it so much I got this one for us too. No more was said, not even when they went to bed. Around 2 a.m., the husband got up, went to the kitchen, and returned with a sandwich and a beer. Here, he said to the statue, have this. I stood like that for 2 days over at the Smith's house, and no one offered me a damn thing.
Oh my
Ah.
god.
Thanks, Dad.
Good one, Dad.
Good one, Dad.
All right, anybody else?
Dad, do it.
No, I don't have anything today.
I can't follow.
My dad's isolating from me.
All right, well, I'm going to give myself a cheering crowd. Thank you. Yay. That's our show, folks. It went by quick, didn't it?
It sure did.
Really did.
We're bored.
Well, thanks to anybody who listens or download or who's in the studio. I do see that we do have a couple people in the studio whose names I don't recognize, so it's awesome having you on board. And also, the pirate, my friend the pirate, MJ, said that you didn't say fuck enough, and he really wants you to say fuck more.
Well, stay the fuck home, wash your fucking hands, and just try to fucking self-isolate if you're not essential and you have to go out. Lowe's isn't fucking essential. Okay.
Awesome. Find us on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook, especially on Instagram. And our home is mjandtheboys.podbean.com. So go to Podbean, download the Podbean app, and follow us on Podbean.
Yeah, in your face, Carol.
Podbean.
All right. Well, yeah, wrap it up, Neil.
Well, you guys take care of each other. And this has been MJ and the Boys, you lucky bastards.
Fuck.